Open your mind and journey through the cosmos of the universe. This is Bridging Realms with Dr. Gene Carlisle and FalseFreedom691.
Welcome to another thrilling episode of Bridging Realms. I am FalseFreedom691.
And I'm Dr. Gene Carlisle. This is a very exciting episode today. I feel like it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, this is a special treat for you, the listener. This is not the content you're getting on an everyday podcast or anything. This is really premium content.
Right. We've been talking about it for a long time, I feel like it comes up on the podcast very often. It is a huge part of conspiracy culture today. I think it's one of the most prominent things out there in the mainstream defining conspiracy culture.
Obviously, you've gotten through your thick fucking skulls by now that this week's topic is Flat Earth.
Yeah, it's something to get through your skull, too. It is a huge subject. I think, we've all been indoctrinated from the beginning that, we live on the Earth and, this picture of it. So it's a world-shattering thing to really question your view of this, and it's all over. It's all over. So this is a huge episode. I feel like it's been a long time coming.
Thought you were going to say some bullshit like all around there or something like that, because it's not all around.
Right. There's going to be a lot of talk about the shape of the Earth, this round shape, this globe shape, which False is really against. He is been getting into this a lot in our research, and we're in the triple digits on research on this, guys. We're fucking really putting in the time here for this subject. I don't know how many fucking globes we've got around Studio 51 here. We've got globes and flat disc models. We've been doing a lot of research, a lot of YouTube watching, and it's just going to be a huge episode, guys. So much information, really just trying to expose some truth here.
Yeah, I'll tell you something about all those globes, too. They're hollow. Every single one of them, hollow.
That is true. We did bust open quite a few of the globes that we bought at various stores, and they are all hollow. And that's a whole nother episode, my friends. This is the Flat Earth episode. We will be having another huge fucking episode coming up about the hollow Earth. And that's going to be probably a harder pill for False to swallow, because he is not a fan of the globe Earth model. And sorry, the hollow Earth includes a globe Earth. So luckily we're only talking flat today.
I'm not going to be the one swallowing anything.
That is okay. False is definitely not going to swallow any of these hard pills. Hopefully you can, the listener. And if you are a flat earther, if you do subscribe to the flat Earth model and are against the globe, send us a tweet or an email or call us at our voicemail. Leave us a voicemail at this. What's that number, False?
601 Realms 1. Again, that's area code 601 Realms 1.
Yeah, leave us a message with your flat Earth thoughts, and we might play it on a future episode. You can leave us your own conspiracy thoughts too. If you have your own conspiracy or you have some evidence you'd like us to expose, we will also put that on the air. Literally fucking anything you send. If you take the time to call us, we will put it on the air.
If you have proof of curvature of any kind, doesn't have to be the Earth, just curvature, send it in.
Send us those pics. We'll put it on social media maybe, if we can, we'll put it on the air, or we'll keep it here at the Bridging Realms offices for our files. But send us that stuff. We'd love to interact with you guys. We'd love to interact with our fans. We definitely want to interact with you about Flat Earth. This is a huge topic. It's very divisive. We're in a very divided country right now. And I feel like the conspiracy world in particular, which, has been very supportive. We've all been, very supportive of each other. Now seems divided. We seem divided by Flat Earth and Trump and QAnon and sometimes aliens, but mainly Flat Earth. Flat Earth's a big divider, I feel like, in the conspiracy world.
It is, and I see a lot of ganging up from both sides just for simple questions. I mean, surely the questions from the Flat Earthers are pretty much, just a simple question like, why the fuck can't you get through your stupid skull that the Earth is flat? Questions like that, just a simple question. And then from the other side is a guy citing, like a science textbook or
I do to you,
stuff like that,
like astronomy, astrology,
just really bullying the Flat Earthers.
Right, yeah, we've talked about that where Flat Earthers tend to take a lot of this as bullying, when we're really just trying to have some conversations about the Earth model, but then they start throwing out insults and stuff, and it gets heated. It can get heated. You've probably seen this in comment sections on YouTube. I know False has shut down a lot of comment sections. They have fucking booted him out. I've booted him out of our comment section before for calling people offensive names over Flat Earth stuff, but, that's just... My mom was really upset about that.
I fucking apologized to Miss Carlisle.
You did apologize in the text reply, but as I remember, you said, "I'm sorry, globe slut." So I just kind of had to jump in there and defend my mom's honor, and shut down that comment section.
I don't really get any of this. I mean, to be honest with you, I thought we were a lot closer than you and your mom. And I think we both know that she's a total Glober bitch. And your dad's a fucking globe cuck, too. Guys, this is a pretty heavy episode. We're dealing with a lot of mature subject matter, so we really needed to drop a disclaimer here.
Yeah, it's very controversial. It's a very heated subject. People get in lots of arguments about this. So we want to put this disclaimer out there that there's going to be a lot of information, and we're going to try to get it all in within the confines of this podcast. We're going to try to get the best info in and try not to leave anything out.
Yeah, we're going to do our best to deliver the entire story of the Flat Earth and why all the Globers listening are fucking morons and just wrong, just typical stuff, I mean, nothing insulting, you're just idiots.
Or the other side of it, more of the skeptic's eye that you'll get from me, Dr. Gene Carlisle. But we're going to try to get everything in. If we leave anything out, or if we get something wrong in our theories, we just want to let you know that you can fuck off. Because we have done the research, and this is the information that we're putting out there.
We have clocked hours upon hours. I clocked 72 hours on my Bridging Realms time card last week.
Which is, not all billable at all. That's way too much than we have budget for. But I am also in those high level numbers myself. We are doing so much research. We're watching so much YouTube. And we're getting all that information, and we're going to give it to you. So yeah, if you think we left something out, you can suck our dicks. We don't care. We are the experts here. You know, we're the ones with the podcast. We're the ones with the offices doing the research here at the Bridging Realms Project.
My balls could use a good fondling, and you, the listener, are just the person to do it while you are tossing my mind salad through my asshole with your mind tongue, which is your real tongue. You are metaphysically chowing down on my asshole. And in the physical realm, you are also munching on my asshole.
So please, miss us with that bullshit. Do not come at us on social media telling us what we've done wrong. You can eat our fucking asses.
Alright, so here's something they didn't teach you in elementary school. Science is a fucking lie.
Just imagine it. Like, imagine that everything you were taught in school about science was a lie. What if that were true? What if space and the earth and everything you were misled on? That's the basis of flat earth and the flat earth movement that is going across YouTube, that's going across all social media right now. It's in the zeitgeist. It's in the mainstream flat earthers. I mean, fucking going back to Obama mentioning it. You know, it's out there. And false is part of this.
It's considered dangerous. You know, the YouTube videos are getting delisted from searches.
They are. They're getting pushed down while other conspiracies are being pushed to the forefront, which makes you question a lot. You know, why do they not want you looking at flat Earth, but they do want you to look at aliens, or they do want you to look at interdimensional videos and shit like that, but they don't want anybody looking at flat Earth, and they immediately start to censor these. So we want to tell you, the listener, fight that censorship. I'm a skeptic myself. Me and False have been getting into plenty of late night arguments over flat Earth versus globe Earth, and I lean more towards the globe Earth side. Getting kind of tired of being called a globe bitch, but you know, I lean more towards mainstream science, but I encourage everyone to go check out these YouTube videos. That's where the main stuff is happening. Go to YouTube, type in flat Earth. False took me down this rabbit hole, and I'll tell you, although I'm a skeptic, it is mind opening. Just, you know, open up your mind and listen to some of this information. These videos are top-notch quality. I'm talking very good effects. Lots of good information. Say they're pretty informative, right?
Right. If all you've seen is a tube TV, you are in for a treat.
Oh yeah, these things they're very well put together. You know, these people don't have the best budget. I will say that they definitely don't have like the budget that we're working with here because they're not as organized. But they're out there doing the hard work and putting these videos out there. So definitely check out some of this top-notch YouTube stuff, and you're going to learn quite a bit.
Let's get into the facts, though. Let's put these globe turds' brains at full rest with a proverbial curb stomp of facts.
All right. I mean, let's hear it. Let's lay it out. We've done this research. We've watched all the videos. We're ready to talk about it with you people and show you, the listener, what this flat Earth movement is all about.
Let's start with curvature. So, you can take a hot air balloon up as far as a hot air balloon will go. You can't see a single curvature on the Earth. Everything is flat.
That I'll give you that. We did. We had a nice weekend, and we took a hot air balloon up.
The views were fucking gorgeous. Flat and gorgeous.
True. There was no curvature seen that day, so a win on false for that experiment.
Flatter than my 14-year-old niece, and she shouldn't be flat anymore.
She's a late bloomer. But there are many, many theories out there involving the curvature of the Earth. You've heard famous people, out there like Shaq. Shaq saying he's driven across the United States so much and that shit is flat.
Big fan of the podcast. Kyrie Irving is a notorious flat earther. He has been vilified for his beliefs in the press.
And those guys really kind of get me thinking, because they travel across the earth a lot. They're very popular people, so, that gets a lot of people thinking. That gets out in the mainstream media, and people are like, wait a second, was I lied to here? It's the same thing with UFOs, People are worried that their government has been lying to them about certain things. We're in the era of post-truth here. Truth is fucked. It's fucked in the ass. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah. Truth got spit roasted and then ripped in fucking half.
So I think that's a big thing driving this flat earth movement is people want truth. And they think they've been lied to about the shape of the earth.
Fuck yeah, we've been lied to. I knew my high school science teacher was fucking bullshit.
Yeah, and that's a big sentiment I'm hearing, is that a lot of people's high school science classes were bullshit. I personally had a good high school science experience. I had more trouble with my history teachers. I feel like high school history class was definitely bullshit. So I feel you on the sentiment there, and I can definitely see where the people are coming from. So it's a theory that, while I'm not fully into it, I haven't fully bought in, I'm on your side. I'm definitely continuing to do that research and really check out, keep an eye on this flat Earth theory. But of course, according to False, that makes me a globe cuck. So
it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. Not all of us can be among the elites that understand flat Earth. There are a lot of people just like you out there, just a bunch of globe fucks, bunch of globe bitches, bunch of globe pusses, just out there.
Out there just living our lives, trying to, find our place in the universe on this giant orb or disc floating through space.
Yeah, and that's okay, but it's really not. It's really not okay.
Which brings us to our next point on the flat Earth, conspiracy spectrum, and that is space. I personally, I'm a big extraterrestrial guy. I'm big into space. I'm big into UFOs, aliens, different galaxies, different worlds. When you're looking into the flat Earth theory here, some flat Earth believers do not believe in space. They think that we are in some sort of dome, or a firmament, if you will, if you believe in the Christian Bible. They believe there's some sort of dome around us, and that space is not real as we understand it through modern science. Where do you fall on this spectrum, False?
I believe in the firmament. As you know, I've previously mentioned, I am a Christian this time of year.
Yeah.
So it's not having much luck with those MILFs yet, but
you'll get there. Christmas services are always pretty packed.
Yeah.
Popping.
New Year's Eve,
They're thinking about that Immaculate Conception.
Gotta kiss somebody.
That's true. Yeah, that's a tradition there that you might get a kiss in, little lip action.
It's funny you mention the Immaculate Conception. I've been called immaculate. Never been touched.
You're fresh. You're a clean boy, and that I think that's a good thing. That's a good selling point. That some of our listeners, maybe some flat earthers out there, some flat earth ladies. I'm sure there's some sexy ones, some hot ones, some smoke shows showing up to these flat earth conferences. So hopefully through this episode, you guys might be able to connect.
I'm hoping for some flat missionary sex. That's all I need. Flat.
Are you talking like flat on the ground, or you want her flat chested, or like with a flat ass?
That all sounds good. Next up on the agenda is the moon and the sun.
Right. Yeah. You've got to have a different explanation for those, right? If they're not orbiting the globe Earth, right? What are they doing with the flat Earth?
Yeah, they're fucking painted up there. They're fake as shit.
Okay, I heard this theory.
They're
in the
equidistant.
research.
Yeah, I said it. Equidistant.
Are you talking? They're equidistant?
No, equidistant.
So but you mean they're the same distance from the Earth?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Modern science is telling us, the sun's 93 million miles away, right? And the moon's like a couple thousand.
Yes, they're equidistant.
Okay, so you're saying they're both just up there and just going back and forth fucking every night?
100%.
I don't know about that. I did see... It's intriguing. It's very intriguing to me. And I saw some other intriguing things about, like, the moon being possible, man or alien-made structure. And the sun the same way. Or that the moon was its own light source. I've heard you talk about that one before, too. We're going to have to do a whole episode on the moon, I think.
It's a hologram. And the sun is just a big-ass fucking LED flashlight.
Hot takes. Hot takes here from False. I personally, just if you listeners are interested, we'll go ahead and throw out there that I do still believe that the moon is a celestial body and the sun is a giant dying star. But, as always, I am a skeptic. So I am open to the ideas that these are different things. That the moon is possibly a hologram. Me and False have had many conversations. I've watched many videos on YouTube about the moon being just that. So always keep an open mind, folks. Even if science proves everything in your face, keep an open mind, question everything.
Allow me to gape your mind. Just be ready. Just be prepared to have your mind gaped. Right here, through your ears. The globe Earth model was conceived of by the Vatican.
Whoa. Okay, so coming toward the end of the episode here, False is completely gaping our minds. He has spread our left and right brain cheeks and inserted this huge cock of truth. And I buy this. The Vatican has controlled so much. They are so powerful. I would not put it past them, because a lot of people do not know that early astronomy controlled by the Vatican. All early astronomers were priests because they don't have shit to do but sit around and try not to fap it and try not to molest kids. So they got to look at the stars. They got to do fucking something back then besides, diddling themselves or diddling kids. So they're looking at the stars. They're controlling astronomy. It makes sense. But are they lying to us? That's the question. I mean, the Vatican has a huge history of conspiracy.
I feel like we've got to take it a little bit easy on the audience. At this time, Doc, they're uber programmed.
Oh, of course. Of course, we're here to try to break that programming, but it can be hard. We don't want your mind to just completely be fucked. But I'll tell you what can really fuck your mind is doing this research. I mean, we went into flight patterns and the flight plans because on a flat Earth model, certain, transatlantic flights and things of that sort do not make sense. Planes would need to be like going in circles and shit. But it's out there. You can look it up. The maps are out there. False has made some himself of how these flights work to actually fool you to think you're going around the globe.
Funny you should say just flying around in circles like that, because that's essentially what they're doing. They're going to South America. They're just flying around. We waste more fuel, and they waste that fuel because there is no fucking ozone layer to burn up. So they can waste that flight fuel all day. They can also use it to jack up your ticket prices.
Funny you mentioned South America because that kind of ties into the Antarctica experience. Many people say that there is a staging area at the southern tip of South America that's where they're actually flying you to when they say you're going to Antarctica is South America. Because you're not actually allowed to go to Antarctica.
Yeah.
And in the flat Earth model that False has actually built one here and has showed me, all around the flat Earth disk would be Antarctica, which is this ice wall. It is just a massive fucking, block of ice. And what is over it, we don't know.
I'll tell you what's over it. More fucking ice. That's all it is. And then it fucking ends. It fucking ends. It's over. That's it. That's all there is.
It's just ice, just endless ice instead of endless blackness of space?
It's not endless. It stops. It stops to the painting of the sky. You've seen The Truman Show, right?
It's a good movie. So that's it. Huge episode there. I feel like we covered a lot of territory and got a lot of information, a lot of truth and possible truth out there to the listeners.
I think we even learned a little bit ourselves. At least I think one of us did.
Yeah, we're always about bridging those realms, getting that information out there, and learning new things, opening our minds, allowing our minds to be entered over and over again by this new information.
Yeah, you want that new information to just kind of sliver in and just kind of infest and ruminate inside your brain.
Really stretch it out, get it used to this big information being there. And then in the future, your mind will be able to hold so much more information and take it all in.
You'll be able to take 2 or 3 huge pieces of information at the same time.
That's big in conspiracy world. It's fucking huge because you have to be in that right headspace to receive information. Otherwise, it can possibly harm you, This information, especially with conspiracy world, it can harm you. So you need to stretch your mind and get it ready to take this big information because it's hard. It's hard information.
It is. You almost have to gauge your mind. You have to.
Yes.
You have to take some simple information, just some Bush did 9/11 or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
And kind of gauge your mind with it. Let it sit in there. Let it gauge your mind out a little bit, and then you can take the bigger stuff. You can take a flat Earth.
Right, flat Earth, hollow Earth. You can get into these bigger concepts, and it won't hurt you as much. So I'm glad. I think this is a good gauging episode. This is an episode to really test our listeners and let them take it all in. And I'm glad they did that with us today. I'm glad you guys choose us as the podcast to let into your minds. every week. And we hope to do that more with more future episodes.
Yeah, guys, I want to say thank you as well. This realm is very important to me, and I'm so glad you've all tuned in and bridged it with me. I'm sure it's going to be a big, mega successful episode for us, and I just want to say thank you in advance.
Yeah, thank you so much. We care so much about you, the listener. We appreciate you guys coming in and listening every week. And once again, this being such a huge episode, if there's anything we left out or you feel like we forgot to mention that you care a lot about and you think we should have mentioned it, just make sure to fuck off.
Yeah, just go ahead and suck on my toes while I fuck you in the ass.
Yeah, just snack on my nutsack, and we'll see you next time on Bridging Realms.
Bridging Realms is a part of the Bridging Realms Network in association with the Bridging Realms Project, with additional support provided by Realmies like you. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Bridging Realms Project.